Harlow Blonde, the gold standard doll bar. A world full of cheap candy, fake sweetness, and dollar store personalities. Finally, a chocolate bar with standards. Introducing Harlow Blonde, the gold standard doll bar. Crafted for the people who enter a room like they own the damn building. Infused with strawberry champagne white chocolate. Layered with raspberry creme. Topped with edible 24-karat gold. Because regular candy is for civilians. You don't eat this bar. You make an entrance with it. She don't chase. She replaces. She don't melt. She controls the temperature. One bite, and suddenly your problems feel expensive. Side effects may include dramatic confidence, emotional unavailability, expensive taste, mirror selfies, and ignoring texts from people named Becky G. Do not consume near jealous people. Harlow Blonde, the gold standard doll bar. Pink, gold, unforgettable. Available exclusively through Bambi's Sugar Syndicate, where every dessert got a backstory. Too sweet to behave, too expensive to ignore.
Connie. The woman behind the Corleone Empire. A Pizzaverse Studios documentary. A Palermo Productions original. Written by Bambi Palermo. Narrated by Vincent DiPrio. Based on publicly available reports, interviews, and published sources regarding the upcoming Connie novel and related film development. For more than 50 years, The Godfather has stood as one of the greatest stories ever told. We've watched Don Vito build an empire, Michael inherit it, Sonny die defending it, Tom Hagen navigate it, and Fredo struggle to survive it. But throughout every triumph, betrayal, assassination, and family meeting, someone else was always there. Watching, listening, learning. Connie Corleone was never just the Don's daughter. She was the overlooked witness to the rise and fall of America's most famous fictional crime family. Now, for the first time, that story may finally be told from her perspective. With a new officially authorized novel arriving in 2027 and Paramount Pictures already securing the film rights, one of cinema's greatest franchises may be preparing to expand once again. Today, we're breaking down everything currently known about Connie, separating confirmed facts from speculation, exploring what this project could mean for the Godfather universe, and asking one simple question. Was Connie Corleone the most underestimated member of the entire Corleone family? Let's find out. I believe in America. Those are the first words uttered by Bonacera to Vito Corleone in 1972, and the first line of arguably the most iconic piece of cinema ever created. 54 years ago, this was an absolute game changer. The Godfather is a story about power, family, loyalty, and betrayal centered in and around the Corleone family. 2 years later, there was a sequel, and that only added to the legend, even surpassing it in many regards. A third part, nearly 2 decades later, received mixed reactions, but we'll get to the sequels later. However, it's important that you understand that the Godfather trilogy is about the men of the Corleone family and their twisted legacy: Vito, Michael, Sonny, Tom Hagen, and Fredo. But what if I were to tell you that there's another Godfather project brewing right now with fresh updates waiting for you in this video? Yep, you heard that right. This time, the spotlight is going to be on someone who was always there, watching and processing. As a character, she was surely underestimated, and if you haven't guessed it by now, I'm obviously talking about Connie Corleone. An official novel titled Connie is planned for release in the fall of 2027. Adriana Trigiani, the best-selling author, is the writer and, quite frankly, the genius behind this story. Interestingly, Paramount Pictures moved quickly and secured the film rights to the book. So yeah, the Godfather universe could see another side of its story expanded even further, and fans are excited. With that in mind, I welcome you to everything we know about the new Godfather project. It's going to be a good one, so here we go. I'm sure you've got a ton of questions, but the most basic is probably, who is Connie Corleone? Many casual fans of the trilogy might remember her as Don Vito's only daughter. Surely you remember the wedding in the opening scenes of the original film, right? You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. Well, that daughter was Connie Corleone. Sadly, her life turned into misery after that marriage, mainly because of her abusive husband, Carlo Rizzi, who beat her. But this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Connie. The first film portrayed her as the powerless princess of the family, whose brother Sonny beats up Carlo for the way he treated his sister. But her struggles, in the grand scheme of things, were like the first domino that kick-started the entire downfall of the Corleone family. In the sequel, a few years later, a bitter Connie resents Michael for ensuring Carlo was killed, despite his violent abuse. This bitterness leads her to neglect her children and drift through meaningless relationships, and this portrayal rightfully earned Talia Shire an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. However, her character was still on the outside of the main storyline, while all the truly tragic and groundbreaking events were happening within her family. The Godfather Part 3, later re-edited into The Godfather Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone, finally brings her into the spotlight as Michael's most trusted advisor, and most definitely his most ruthless. That took some serious character development behind the scenes. She backs Vincent's move against Joey Zasa, while Michael is no longer fully in control of the situation. Later, she discovers that her own godfather, Don Altobello, is plotting against the family, and she kills him with a poisoned cannoli. Ridiculous, right? It takes a while, but by this point, Connie is no longer portrayed as a victim. It's an incredible character arc, and surely one of the most overlooked in the trilogy. Given this, we're actually pretty excited about this new project. It's promising, and it's got us wondering about Connie's life during all those years, and what changes she experienced after being married off to a violent husband. Let's talk about the source of this project. I already mentioned that it's based on the novel Connie, written by Adriana Trigiani. She's someone with personal ties to the subgenre of Italian-American family stories herself. And since the New York Times best-selling author has novels like The Shoemaker's Wife and Lucia under her belt, tackling a saga like this should be well within her wheelhouse. Fully authorized by the Mario Puzo estate, Connie joins the estate-approved Godfather expansions, released after Puzo's original novel, including Mark Weingartner's The Godfather Returns and The Godfather's Revenge, as well as Ed Falco's The Family Corleone. However, Connie will be the first of these novels written by a woman. The book was reportedly acquired by Random House after an 8-way auction, showing just how much interest it generated across the publishing industry. The release date is set for fall 2027. An interesting detail about the book's origins, according to the Associated Press, is that Anthony Puzo, Mario's son and the executor of his estate, reached out directly to Trigiani after a personal essay she published on Substack gained attention, for discussing how little was known about the women of The Godfather. Anthony said, "We've been looking for someone to retell the story from a new perspective. Adriana was knocked out when I told her that the character of Vito Corleone, played in the films by Brando and De Niro, was actually based on my grandmother. We talked about how the women ran both of our families behind the scenes. Adriana's vision for Connie's life blew us all away, and I'm very pleased and excited to have her on board." How's that for an interesting fact? The original Don Vito Corleone was inspired by a real woman from Mario Puzo's family, which kind of makes sense if you've spent enough time around Italian-American families. Trigiani later added, "Connie is a novel about how a woman works to forge her own way in a world that's already decided who she is, what she's about, and how she should be treated." People underestimated Don Vito Corleone and Michael Corleone at their peril. The same will be true for Connie Corleone. From everything we've gathered, this sounds like a retelling of The Godfather through Connie's point of view and the perspective of the women who were always present but rarely placed in the foreground. Currently, Paramount Pictures holds the film rights to Connie, and several news outlets have reported that the project is in early development as the first female-led entry in the Godfather cinematic universe. That said, very little has actually been confirmed. There is currently no director, no confirmed cast, no screenplay announcement, and no production schedule or release date. While anticipation is high, it'll likely be quite some time before audiences see the film, assuming it moves forward. The other major question concerns Francis Ford Coppola. According to The Hollywood Reporter, one of Coppola's representatives has indicated that the 87-year-old filmmaker is unlikely to be involved. Coppola himself has also stated that he's finished with the franchise. Another factor is the commercial disappointment of his 2024 passion project Megalopolis. The film reportedly cost over $100 million to produce and earned only a fraction of that during its theatrical run. However, because Coppola largely financed the film himself, it would be unfair to connect those losses directly to Paramount's future decisions regarding The Godfather. Even so, we're excited to see a fresh creative vision for Connie, provided it respects the legacy of the original trilogy. After all, it's The Godfather. The trilogy earned more than $400 million worldwide and won 9 Academy Awards, including 2 Oscars for Mario Puzo's adapted screenplays. The first film still maintains a near-perfect critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, while The Godfather Part 2 remains one of the rare sequels considered by many to equal or even surpass its predecessor. In recent years, the films have been restored in 4K, celebrated with anniversary screenings, and enjoyed renewed popularity through home media releases. Modern audiences continue to embrace stories about powerful but deeply flawed families, with shows like Succession, The Bear, and Yellowstone proving there's still enormous interest in this type of storytelling. Connie's story could fit naturally into that tradition while honoring the prestige of the original trilogy. As for the plot, we have to be careful because the novel hasn't been released yet. What has been confirmed is that Connie will revisit the world of The Godfather through Connie Corleone's perspective, alongside the women who shaped that universe, including Mama Carmela Corleone, Kay Adams Corleone, and others whose stories often remained in the background. Expect Connie's abusive marriage, her emotional collapse after Carlo's death, and her transformation into one of the family's most ruthless members to form the backbone of the story if the adaptation follows the novel closely. Anthony Puzo's comments about the women quietly running both families also suggest the possibility of hidden storylines involving private negotiations, family politics, threats, and perhaps even murders taking place behind the scenes. For now, though, those remain educated predictions rather than confirmed details. I'll continue following the project and update you whenever new information about the novel or any potential film adaptation becomes available. After all, we're talking about the Corleone family. It was never going to be a simple story. I've covered everything currently known about the upcoming novel, Connie by Adriana Trigiani, scheduled for release in the fall of 2027, along with Paramount Pictures' acquisition of the film rights. While very little has been confirmed regarding a movie adaptation, the potential is certainly there, and I'll be watching closely as new information emerges. The Last Corleone. The Godfather has never really been one story. It has always been three generations struggling with the same question. How much of your soul are you willing to sacrifice to protect your family? Don Vito answered it one way. Michael answered it another. Now, for the first time, Connie Corleone gets the chance to answer it herself. Whether the upcoming novel changes how fans view the Corleone family remains to be seen, but one thing is already clear. Connie was never just a supporting character. She was there at the beginning. She survived the middle, and she was still standing at the end. Sometimes the people history overlooks are the ones holding the entire story together. If you've only watched The Godfather through Michael's eyes, it may be time to watch it again. This time, watch Connie. You might discover you've been following the wrong Corleone all along. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Who do you think was the most underrated character in the Godfather saga? Was it Connie? Tom Hagen? Fredo? Or someone else entirely? I'd love to hear your thoughts. This has been a Pizzaverse Studios documentary. Written by Bambi Palermo. Narrated by Vincent DiPrio. Thank you for watching. And remember, sometimes the most dangerous person in the room isn't the one giving the orders. It's the one quietly listening to every single one.
Hello? Hello?
Is Carlo there?
Who's this?
This is a friend of Carlo's. Would you tell him that I can't make it tonight until later?
Carlo? Your girlfriend just called. She said she can't make it this evening.
What girlfriend? I don't have a girlfriend. Huh? Can I take a shot in my own house?
Carlo, come on. Just talk to the telephone. What's going on?
Connie, what do you want to start in
Oh,
today?
Carlo, what's the matter with you? You give your horse my telephone number?
You're gonna be a little too much.
No, where do you think you're going?
I'm going out.
You're not going. You're staying home.
Oh, then make me something to eat at least and let me finish washing up, huh? Now come on, get out of here. Go in the kitchen and make me something to eat.
The dinner's ready.
I'm not hungry yet.
It's on the table. It's getting cold.
I'll eat out.
But you just told me to make you dinner.
Hey, Bafangul, huh? Leave me alone.
I'm not hungry, you!
And this little guinea brat.
The Internet Tough Guy Starter Kit. Because looking dangerous online is easier than actually doing anything. Are you over the age of 55? But still acting like a backup enforcer at a social club nobody visits anymore? Do you dream of becoming an internet street legend without all the exhausting parts like actual credibility? Then you need the Internet Tough Guy Starter Kit. Now featuring 1 black hoodie, 3 recycled prison stories, 17 conspiracy theories, and a starter supply of I know guys in the street for absolutely no reason. But wait, there's more. Order now and receive our bonus package, the YouTube Mob Expert Vocabulary Expansion Set. Learn important phrases like, you don't know what you're talking about. I was around real guys. He's a rat. I could tell stories, but I won't. And everybody's favorite. We're going to handle this off camera. Even though absolutely nothing ever happens off camera. But that's not all. You'll also receive our exclusive Ducking the Fade Home Security System TM. Perfect for people who threaten boxing matches, monetize boxing matches, and then mysteriously never box. Side effects include ego inflation, Facebook uncle syndrome, podcast addiction, and becoming emotionally dependent on live stream donations. The Internet Tough Guy Starter Kit. Because if you can't become feared in real life, there's always MobTube.
I'm so high, no visine. I don't reply by, please stop typing. I'm not in the mood, don't try me. Do I look pissed off, bitch? Cause I might be. Don't freak with me and my frequency. No decency. I got too many girls trying to freak my meat to be pressed over little Miss Mini Me. Bitch, pay me my damn respect. Let him sweat, let him sweat, let him sweat. Call Taylor, I'ma need all hands on deck. Let him sweat, let him sweat, let him sweat. I'm not in the mood, come say something. I'm not in the mood, come say something. I'm not in the mood, come say something. Come say something, bitch, come say something. Come say something. Come say something. I'm not in the mood, come say something. Come say something, bitch, come say something. Good luck getting out alive. I don't like to play nice. I didn't mean to hurt you. I heard that all my life. Bitch, I got big dreams, pipe down. Talk shit, get psyched out. Ha. Look who's on the mic now. Not you, bitch, shut the fuck up. Bitch, pay me my damn respect. Let him sweat, let him sweat, let him sweat. Call Taylor, I'ma need all hands on deck. Let him sweat, let him sweat, let him sweat. I'm not in the mood, come say something. I'm not in the mood, come say something. I'm not in the mood, come say something. Come say something, bitch, come say something. Come say something. Come say something. I'm not in the mood, come say something. Come say something, bitch, come say something. Welcome to your funeral. Everybody come on, gather round. Life is so beautiful. Now that I don't see you around, I dare you to run your mouth. I dare you to run your mouth. I dare you to run your mouth. Bitch, I dare you to run your mouth. I'm not in the mood, come say something. I'm not in the mood, come say something. I'm not in the mood, come say something. Come say something, bitch, come say something. Come say something. Come say something. I'm not in the mood, come say something. Come say something, bitch, come say something. I'm not in the mood, come say something. I'm not in the mood, come say something. I'm not in the mood, come say something. Come say something, bitch, come say something.